right, welcome back. Today is Thursday, therefore it is pass catchers. Well, pass catchers, running back, skill position type players. We're gonna start off today with apparently tight end one, Michael Mayer. Um, we're gonna move on from there to Deuce Vaughn, a third down back, scat back type out of KSU. Kayshon Boutte from LSU, Zach Evans, forget where he's from, and finally Josh Downs out of North Carolina, UNC. Let's go ahead and kick it off with Michael Mayer. First thing, physical profile. He's like 6'6", 260. He's huge. I mean, by tight end standards, that's just like old school big, but 6'6", 260. He's I guess what they would call prototypical size. Here he is starting off in the backfield. Coming across for a kick out block that he completely misses. So that happens. Blocking accuracy is an issue, especially in college. Here he is in line. Okay. That's a block. Picking on a safety, good for him. That was a nifty little move there. That was a nifty little big man move. Just trying to find a hole in the zone. Have him as a big slot. The thing that I don't necessarily love about him, yes, he's big, yes, he's powerful, but he's not crazy nimble for his size. His movement skills are, when you compare him to like a TJ Hawkinson, is just not, there's just not the kind of athletic profile that you see out of modern first round tight ends. Really not the athletic profile that you find out of modern tight ends taken in the first round, especially. If you think back the last few years or so, the tight ends that have been taken in the first round that are considered first round type prospects, they're all guys like Kyle Pitts, who's basically a giant wide receiver. Hawkinson, who's got good movement skills, and in Hawkinson's same draft, I think they also had Noah Fant, and Noah Fant ran like a 4.4. 6'4". They bulked him up a bit in Seattle, so like he just looks like a giant wide receiver running great routes. In fact, good hands. You're not used to seeing these sort of old school, just pure like blockers who supposedly have good hands. We haven't gotten to see whether or not he has good hands yet. He's got good stats, but again, kind of a kick-out block, but like I'm not seeing. It's more accurate here, which is good, but like he's not explosive at the line. There's a bunch of tight ends in this class that I want to take a look at. Here he is. First catch of the game. I mean, he catches in frame. There's nothing wrong with that. Again, sort of just catches in frame. He's got 2 catches for like 7 yards. He's not really making anybody miss, but like he's a bit big for that. Tight end screen. Okay. It's definitely a focal point of the offense. Let's go back to the sketch real quick. Yeah, I mean, you know, he's got solid enough hands so far. Everything's been inside of his frame. He hasn't had to reach outside of it. Good block. I don't like the fact that his man sheds him immediately. He confronts him, stands him up, but he gets shed, and his man is in on the tackle. Not ideal. Okay, part of a double team. I gotta say, this is now the third or fourth time that I've seen him block in line, and man, oh man, like it, they don't struggle. Like he's got power at the point of attack, but like he's not making them work to shed his blocks at all. Even this right here, like you're up against the corner, you're engaged with him, you give him a shove, but like he's off that block once you gave him that shove. It's not like he hit him so hard he was on the ground. You just gave him a shove. All right, slot receiver here, down at the bottom. That's a route. No separation whatsoever. See him try to sell something of a fake, but like okay. Nothing there. Oh god. I don't like this. 6'5", 6'6", 260, getting shoved back by the linebacker. Oh god. Are we serious here? Okay. My mistake. I read him as 84. He's actually 87. He makes a pretty decent block down at the bottom. I thought it was 84. 84 just going by like a turnstile. Not great. Okay, fine. Not bad. I take it all back. Okay. Something. Sort of flat route, I guess. Again, sort of like missing with his blocks. He has this tendency right before he blocks to just sort of put his head down, and it's causing him to miss. Rather than like flatten out his back and come forward with his head up, he's dropping his head, and you know it's easy to do that and get some power on the block, but like when you keep missing, it's not great. All right, just coming over the lead block, fine, not bad. What is this? Okay, it's a handoff. Across, lead blocking. The whole play fell apart. Not much to be done there. Okay, in the backfield again. Did he? I can't tell if like he really didn't. He wasn't trying to hit that one, or yeah, I guess not. Guess he wasn't even trying on that one. That's fair. I think quarterback sails a pass so bad that you can't actually even see it on screen. That ain't great. Yeah, I mean, I'm struggling a bit watching him block because every single time, like, he's not trying to punish his man. He's not trying to shove him back. He's not turning him outside, which is kind of what you would like to see here. He's not creating a seal for his running back. I mean, regardless, it was going to be tough for his running back to break this off. But, like, if the running back only has to make this guy miss and this guy miss, there's a shot he could break this. The fact that they get this little triangle right here, and you've got 1, 2, 3 defenders here, and then he's just kind of lurching. I don't love it. Yeah. Just sort of a sail route here. Okay. Running a seam. Not bad. I would love to, but like, where did Acorn go? I want to do a 7th round mock, but like, where did Acorn go? We were supposed to do it together. I want to do it with somebody else. I don't want to like do a draft all by myself. All right. He's just. All right. We're watching Michael Mayer right here. So far, just to get you a little bit caught up, I'm not convinced by his route running. His blocking is not, I would say, nuanced. And like this route running is just like, he doesn't care, bro. I get you're a tight end, but like, he gets literally 0 separation on routes if he's manned up. Alright, this isn't actually him. This is 84. It's 84 also? What makes you go with this read? If you're a quarterback, what makes you think I'm just gonna YOLO it into a free safety and a cornerback versus, let me just come back. All right, where are we at? Michael Mayer again, still okay. 87. This is his block. This is not a bad block. I like this inside seal. I mean, I'd like the inside seal a lot better if like the running back wasn't running it inside and he wasn't kicking his man directly into the pile. He does this sometimes too. Plays over, I don't really care. 6'6", 260. I'm expecting a little bit more. Okay. That's the kind of things that... Okay. So this thing I like. First catch that I've seen him make outside of his frame. He high points it, great. Fumble. Yeah, it ain't great, man. Still, he high points the ball. At least I'm seeing him catch the ball outside of his frame. His first 3 catches or so were all still inside of his frame. If you're going to have a non-receiver make these kinds of plays and your quarterback's going to be late, he needs to know that he has to seal this off or work his way back to the ball. He just sort of stands there and waits for the cornerback to take it from him. Okay. Big man fell down. Fine. Happens. No hands for the block at all. Like, he just... Not saying his man could have made the play there, but, like... He just puts his shoulder down. And this is, you weren't here earlier, but, like, this is the problem that you run into with Mayer. Like, the nuances of blocking are not there. Like, blocking is a chore. You've seen, like, enough of my scouting so far to understand that, like, blocking is a really important thing that I scout for. Like, I don't care if, like, you're a great blocker or you're not a powerful blocker, but, like, my heuristic for blocking is, did your man make the play? His man made the play. Like, was that a good block? Your man made the play. It was not a good block. This is a reasonable block, but even still, not great. I'm not seeing a first-round tight end. If we're basing off of last year's draft, I'm not seeing a first-round tight end. Even at something as simple as this. Alright, so if your route is like a whip route that comes in and then breaks back out, like, I'm okay with that, but you're facing zone. Just sit here. You don't have to break it back out if the linebacker's sitting right there. Just go ahead, sit in the zone, hope to get the pass. But, you know, he whips it back out right at the linebacker. So he's like, I'm free, I'm not covered, oh, let me go get covered. I'm free, I'm uncovered, let me just go get covered. Like, even just like sort of the nuances of that. This is the exact same route, this sort of whip route, except the linebacker's got inside leverage. Makes perfect sense to break it to the outside. But, like, he doesn't throw a handout, doesn't try to move the linebacker. Like, he's not deceptive, he's not super quick. This should probably be on the quarterback to get rid of the ball a little bit quicker and maybe put it a little bit to the outside. But, like, he doesn't even have a feeling for where the linebacker is. Like, he's not boxing him out. And it's hard to make a catch when, like, you're not controlling where the linebacker is. You don't have a good feel for it. The quarterback doesn't put it in the right spot. And even if he does put it in the right spot, like, you're just not very physical at the point of attack. Like, these are small nuances to a position that honestly needs nuance. Like, this is why tight ends aren't necessarily very good as rookies. But if you take him in the first round, you're expecting that, like, your first round tight end is going to be an immediate contributor to your offense. 500-600 yards from a first round tight end should not be out of the question. Kyle Pitts went for 1,000. He had a regression year this year, that's fine, but, like, that's what you get. TJ Hawkinson went for like 500 or 600 yards as a rookie. Wasn't 1,000 yards. Now he's around 800 every year. Perfectly fine. That's the kind of expectation that you should have for that position. But you need to be a bit more developed than this, to be considered a first round tight end. Because the truth is, tight ends don't contribute to the offense, you know. Rather, it's not so much that tight ends don't contribute to the offense more than they used to. They contribute to the offense about the same as what they used to. Well, wide receivers have expanded the amount of yards that are usually granted to an offense. You have more productive wide receivers than you used to have 25 years ago, 20 years ago or so. It's not uncommon now for a good NFL offense to have multiple 1,000-yard receivers, whereas like that used to be a freak show back in the day. It used to be absolutely nuts if you would have, you know, Isaac Bruce and Torrey Holt both over 1,000 yards, 1,200 yards, something like that. Like that just happens now. Like it's just kind of expected. In a normal offense, you're going to have two 1,000-yard wide receivers. A couple of years ago, I think it was Tampa that had like three, with Godwin, Evans, and I don't know how many yards A.J. Brown went for, but it was, you know, 800 or something like that. Like, it's just kind of expected. Tight ends are still, on average, only going for 500 or 600 yards. So, like, the advantage to having a 1,000-yard receiver or a 1,000-yard tight end is massive. The advantage to having a 600 yards tight end is like nothing. You can just find him in the 4th round. This was a good catch, slightly outside of his frame, in the zone, or in between two defenders in a zone. Not bad. Not the hardest completion, but it was there. Playing in the slot twice. In line like a regular good old boy. Good block. Good block. A little bit of power there. Good block. In fact, better than I thought. It was on Murphy. It does say something, though, when, like, he struggles to block anybody against Ohio State, and then he goes immediately up against the defensive end from, or right up against, I think that was Boutte, and he holds him back without too much trouble. God, whoever the quarterback is for Notre Dame is god-awful. Okay. This is the kind of thing that I'm talking about. Like, you'd like to see a bit more nuance to the blocking so that his man doesn't just immediately shed him and just chase down the running back from behind. Bit more effort on his release than I saw a minute ago, but nonetheless, literally zero separation. It doesn't feel like he's a legitimate first round tight end. It does not feel like he is a legit first round tight end. It feels much more like he's getting the hype. He's definitely not bad at all. He's a much nastier blocker in this game than he was against Ohio State. Like, after the Ohio State game, I was ready to turn it off. He's definitely a better blocker in this game than the Ohio State game. Stuff like this continues to happen, though. He's got his blocking assignment right here. He's taking on a linebacker. He's 6'6", 260. He should be blowing this linebacker who's maybe 6'2", 225, 230. He should be blowing him to hell. And he's getting ragdolled. Oh, that wasn't him. Okay, my mistake. I take that back. That was 84. He's over here. I haven't watched Kincaid or Musgrave yet. I watched the dude from Iowa, but I have not watched Kincaid or Musgrave yet. Like right here, this is a good play for a tight end. This is a very reasonable play. Like, weird call, but like, it's something to do. Mayer's not a great mover, is one of the issues that I have with the idea of him being a first-round tight end. If this were 2003 and 90% of your inline stuff from your tight end, or 90% of the stuff from your tight end was inline, I could see him realistically making it into the first round. But he seems like 85% of a TJ Hawkinson. Decent pass catcher. Okay. Maybe even good pass catcher. Okay blocker. Mediocre run blocker, but if you're 6'6", you're kind of always open. Not a great feel for zone. This is something I saw just a minute ago, right before you got here. Like right now, he should sit. He should recognize its zone, and I understand that the route has him carrying on, but he just keeps running until he's covered again. He did this just a minute ago on a whip route where he was coming in, the linebacker had outside leverage, he was sitting between two of them, and he should have just sat right here. Instead, he ran right to the linebacker and stood there. Like right here, just sit right where the umpire is, right in front of the quarterback. That's something he can learn at the next level, I guess. But it's weird to me that if he's considered such a great prospect, a first-round pick, tight end, that he's not really aware. And again, the blocking's not amazing. It's not great. This is Boutte. It's going to be tough sometimes for a tight end to hold up against a linebacker, or against a defensive end, but like, he got worked. That was Murphy, actually. He got worked. That was a nice move. Yeah, I don't see Mayer. I wouldn't use a first round pick on Mayer. We'll put it that way. If it were me, I would not use a first round pick on Mayer. Right here, this kick out block, like, he comes in really flat. He comes in really flat. He should be able to blow this dude off blow this dude up at this point. Because the angle he took, it wasn't there. That's a nuance thing. job standing on Murphy. Good choice by the running back. Good kick out block. He's winning reps here. This is good. Nice. It's the first time I've actually seen him like turn his man out. That's good. He can do it. Huh. I like how they were setting up this play this whole time. I actually love this. So he's been doing this kick out block over and over and over again. And then he just doesn't. It's probably a hold on the outside by the wide receiver. Fine. Doesn't get called. Okay. I kind of like that. I do kind of like that. Good block. I don't know. This Clemson game's a whole lot better. I'm actually kind of left a little bit. I'm a little bit eating my words after the Ohio State game. Because like that Ohio State game wasn't great. This one, his blocks are a lot better, a lot cleaner. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to watch a third game on Mayer. Because I'm way more impressed with this game than I was the Ohio State game. Great block there. It's an excellent block. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's night and day to me. Good job with a little push off. It's wide open. Quarterback does a good job there. Pass blocking. That was run blocking still. Good block. Good job turning your man in. And then this happens. I mean, everybody gets got sometimes. Contested catch opportunity. This ball is there, man. That's tough. They call a flag on that or something? Heads up play. Inline blocking. Nice. I mean, he sealed that. He sealed that play. Yeah, I don't know, man. I gotta rewatch. I gotta watch one more Michael Mayer game because like this is not making sense to me. This is a completely different player than played against Ohio State. Good job just attacking the edge. Nice. That's just a good play. He runs it in the soft space. I'm gonna have to watch one more game at some point of Michael Mayer. First game against Ohio State was a stinker. This game against Clemson, largely a gem. Great game by him, especially after the first quarter. He looked really, really, really good. That game, it felt like a first-round tight end. It felt like a middle of the first round. Maybe not top 15 pick, but like, if you told me he went 18th, 20th, 21st, I could see him being a very good tight end. I haven't watched the other guys yet. I've not watched Musgrave. I've not watched Kincaid. I watched the dude from Iowa. I've watched the dude from North Carolina. I like the one from North Carolina a lot. He was at Shrine. He was good. Anyway, let's go ahead and get on to Duece Vaughn, the mini running back, who I was told should never be drafted because they're too small. Never draft a small running back, they say. He's itty bitty. Oh my gosh, he's so small. Oh, he's so cute. I mean, he really is small. What is even overdrafting like a small running back? He's so small. He's so itty bitty. You just want to pick him up. My baby Oompa Loompa. He's quick. He's real fast. I mean, look at this. He just picks his way through the hole, picks up 5 yards. Sometimes with these small running backs, what's interesting about them is that if they have good vision, they're so small that they're actually really hard for defenders to tackle. I remember Warwick Dunn was one of the best inside runners in the NFL, specifically for this reason. Maurice Jones-Drew talked about how like his height would allow him just to hide behind the lineman and just pick his hole. So for like these inside zone systems, like occasionally, like right there, this is what I'm talking about. Like a bigger running back is gonna struggle to make it through and pick his way through some of these spots. And this is an NFL that uses, most teams use 3 running backs. He's itty bitty, but like he gets to the crease quickly. This isn't the NFL that used running backs 25 times a game anymore. There's only like a handful of those guys anymore. And look at what kind of a nightmare he is in coverage. Like he just picks his way through. Boom. Like I don't know. I'm kind of liking him. Like he just comfortably picks his way through. You don't need to give him 25 carries a game in the NFL. Like you don't need to give this guy that many carries. Okay. There's nowhere to go. Why? Because a Jobo or a Jomo blows it up on the weak side. Okay. So bad at this. Alright, give me a second. Keep forgetting to switch their name. Thank you. G-H-N, I think. No, Ajomo's really pretty good. The more we watch Texas, the more he pops up, the more it's like, oh, this guy's actually really, really good. Again, nice hands there. Just like, it doesn't seem like much, but like, just nice, smooth hands. Boom. Very nice. Here's in the slot. What even was this, man? Your boy Duece Vaughn right over there. Wide open. He's so quick. Look at him get to the edge. This play looked blown up. Just flattens it. Gets the edge. Picks up 9. Right there. He's quick. That little hesitation move. It's almost like hard to watch. I'm gonna put it on slower. Playback, speed, slower. His feet are so quick. Hesitation move, boom. Nice. Bounces it all the way to the outside. Makes one do miss. Picks up 4 or 5. He's obviously not the guy that you want to pass block, and I appreciate this linebacker not absolutely killing him. Just out of respect, I guess. This was him. It couldn't have been much. Four little guys in the middle of a pile with a lineman pushing him forward and 2 of them pushing him back. Probably came up 2 inches shorter on that play. And he started. He's almost too fast for these wheel routes. Like, if you watch it right here, like, he's outside of, like, if he slows down here, it's almost a better play. He's so fast on these wheel routes, though. The quarterback risks an interception just with him. Like, I would almost want him stopping on that or slowing down enough so that the quarterback can just dump it off and then he still has enough space to make a man miss. Nice little gadget play, 10 yards. 8 yards, something like that. Nice. Kind of play do you want him in? Yeesh. Outside. Mismatched on a linebacker. Of a route, but I mean, at least he's making some. It's dangerous. catch you later. Oof. Terrible. This is where you're going to lose something from a running back of his size. Like, he's not going to be able to break contact. I'll do what I can. He is going to get pulled down a lot from behind on plays like that. But even still, he picked up 8 yards on it. Weird choice by the quarterback not to just get rid of the ball. Patiently waits for that and then tries to make something out of it, but Kansas State doesn't get a lot of push here. Sort of waiting for a hole to open up that never really opens up. Slot receiver. Open up space for the quarterback keeper. Right here, this sort of outside zone play, like he's still going forward. San Francisco runs this play. The Jets run this play. The Dolphins run this play. The Vikings are gonna run this kind of play. Like, there's a lot of teams in the NFL that run this system. There's a lot of them that run this system. Right here, just like sits in the zone. Beautiful. He's got very smooth hands too. Like, that's a good route. That's a good reason, or a good way to just bend your route right behind the linebacker, give your quarterback a spot, and then your playmaker has the ball. He's so quick, just a little hesitation opens up a bit of space. Boom. Nice. Really curious to see this guy's testing. It's almost going to be impossible for him to be like a 9+ RAS guy unless he jumps out of the gym, because he's so small that his size metrics are going to be like 0th percentile. He's so small. But like, also shout out to yesterday Overshown. Makes his first blocker miss, and just absolutely, I mean, he jumps on him, he pounces on him like a tiger. Oh, love it. One more time. Boom. Shout out to Overshown. Big fan. Here he is out in the slot, it looks like. Seems like it'd be a nice time to run a wide receiver screen here with him. Just sitting in the middle of the zone too, like, that's not bad. Quarterback throws away, makes sense. Box count says it's run time, and he doesn't hand it off. Good throw, anticipation throw. Very good anticipation throw. I love it. again between the numbers. Nice nice throw. Not anticipation, you saw him open, but still. Okay. Makes the guy miss. We're really hoping to just see him spring one loose. We know he's got one in him. Whoa! Nice throw. Nice way to just layer it in there. Good job by the quarterback. Good throw. Very nice. Again, just put it right over the linebacker's head. And comes back and does that. I mean, I don't know what kind of pass protection you're expecting from a little guy, but like, against Alabama, Overshone just walked right past Gibbs, so like, gotta give him credit for that. He's so fast on these wheel routes. Like, even with him sort of in his zone, like, he's so fast. Just toss him out of the way like a middle schooler. Alright, here he is, coming over here to try to pass protect. I appreciate that he tries. Again. Just pats him on the head like a little kid. Yeah, when it gets tough on the inside, like, he's gonna struggle. It's really these outside zone plays where he's gonna give you the opportunity to just sort of break one. Direct snap, picks up 5. Just picks it up all instantly too. Weird route or weird choice by the quarterback. You know you've got your fastest running back, receiver, whatever, sort of one-on-one on a seam route right up the middle. Like, if he doesn't dump this off, if this is like just a make the safety look off kind of play, pump fake, whatever, and then come back, like, this is 6. Quarterback never got off of his first read too. Took too much time getting rid of this ball. Again, this is one of those situations where, like, a lot of coordinators are just saying, all right, cool, you're up against zone. These are all sort of longer breaking routes. If he just immediately dumps off right here before he has to turn around and wait for it, he's likely making that first man miss and picking up more yards. Like, weirdly enough, I don't think Duece Vaughn's been involved enough in the pass catching game. I just don't see him having been involved enough yet. Weirdly enough. You would imagine a player like him in college would be peppered. Again, like, no disrespect to the quarterback's reads or anything, but, like, that's wide open, man. They're coming on a blitz. You can throw in here. You can throw over here. You just have this man wide open. He picks one of the harder places to put the ball. Gets it to him late. Doesn't have really an opportunity to make a play. Good on him getting rid of the ball. K-State's down a touchdown. 37 seconds left in the game. That's a bit heartbreaking. Alright. One game left. I want to see Duece Vaughn catch the ball a little bit more. He seems to be able to catch the ball a bit outside of his frame. Obviously, a guy that's 5'6" and whatever is not going to have, like, the world's greatest catch radius. But he does seem to pretty comfortably be able to reach outside of his itty-bitty tiny little frame. To catch the ball, which in the NFL is going to be an important thing for him, because being like Tariq Cohen sized, it's going to be rather necessary for him to be able to make himself available in the passing game. He's never going to make his he's never going to make his bread running between the tackles. As I say that, I mean, I've watched a bunch of running backs about that size make their bread between the tackles. He just seems to be a smaller framed guy. Like, MJD was 5'7", but he was like 205 pounds. Who else was that small? Warwick Dunn was probably like 195-ish pounds. And this dude's like 165. So, like, guys this small can play in the NFL. This small, they can run between the tackles a little bit, but really where you want to get them in space is isolated up against one man so that they can just make them miss. Outside zone plays are ideal for guys like this because they might only have to make one or two guys miss, and they're capable of doing that. Single arm snatches are pulling him down. So he doesn't have a lot of power. You really want to give him an opportunity that he can actually use what he has to make a play work. But he's fun. The threat of him opens up the keeper for Martinez. And, like, he's not going to be a good pass blocker, but he's way more willing to block and than other running backs I've seen so far in this draft. So, like right here, he's not going to be able to Derrick Henry his way for 4 yards. If it's not blocked and he's not able to see a lane, there's not much that can be done. But at the same point, if he's hit with this ball right now, he's got a shot to pick up this little crease. Instead, the quarterback's late, throws it behind the tight end for no apparent reason. The tight end, by the way, who's basically covered. This is an interesting play for me. Again, like, he's a little guy, but he's willing to put his tiny little body on the line. And if this running back smartly takes the inside lane right here, that's a big gain. He's using what physicality he has. Like, how do you hate that? They leave him in for pass protection. You are not expected to pass protect as a 165-pound running back. They leave him in to do it. Like, he might not be amazing at it. He might not be able to, like, physically overwhelm. This is a terrible throw. And the receiver snatches away from the cornerback. Might not be able to physically overwhelm the defender, but, like, sometimes it's just a matter of holding him off. There's 5 yards there. And that's going to be there at the next level, too. Just this little sweep play gives him an opportunity, as a hold by the tackle, gives him an opportunity to you know, threaten the edge. Yeah. Okay. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. Okay. Wasn't amazingly blocked. Fine. Nice play by the tight end there. Quarterback sort of puts it on him. Yep, puts it right on his chest. Again, they're sort of having him lead block, and I don't hate it. For one, he's looking for somebody to block downfield. I like this sort of pistol formation, even though... Where is Vaughn? Is he in this game? This play now. Up top, right here in the slot. False start. Makes me mad. See this play up top again in the slot. This time they're backing the safety off. They're in sort of a cover 3. I love it. I love it. He's fast. He's so fast. Like, he gets the attention over here of the safety, who just doesn't want to have to deal with it. So that safety takes a false step outside when he cuts in. And that just opens up this scissor route underneath. Love it. Love it. He's terrifying on a wheel route. Absolutely terrifying. They got a blitz on. Just dump it off. It takes him 2 steps. Literally from the moment that he's like near this linebacker gets 4 steps in and he's already past him. Poor guy. Not the greatest of throwing balls, but like he's catching the ball outside of his frame. Like he's gonna need to do that at the next level. He's never gonna be able to like just compete on physicality. What even is this? How is this not defended in any capacity? That end is just wide open. Alright. Down here all by himself, isolated, comes across, jet motion, quarterback keeper. Defense has to respect him. Like, dude! The number of times that they've now had him lead block is shocking to me. Dude, the number of times that they have lead blocked with Duece Vaughn has been shocking. Like, a number over 1 is a lot. And this is just what happens. Great angle by the safety. But, like, if an outside zone play is blocked up well, like this one, blocked up well, how many times yesterday did I watch the strategic use of not blocking a whole man away from the play to get a numbers advantage downfield? This is just an excellent, like, this is what you get. The linebacker slightly overruns it to close this gap. This man's not fast enough to make the edge or to make the stop. Vaughn just cuts right through. And now you're off to the races. Like, strategically not blocking a man so that you have a numbers advantage down here. Did they give it to him? They gave it to him. Like, how do you not love this? And nobody was even close to him. That's the thing about it. This is the closest thing to the closest man to him, and because he's so low to the ground, he just takes an extra step. Just out of the way. Look at the sheer number of steps that he takes here. Because sometimes with guys that are this small, one of the things that's the most impressive thing about them, and you see this on Jalen Hyatt's tape, he's bigger, but he has the same sort of thin frame. The number of times he contacts the ground, he's able to shift his body in unbelievably quick ways. This is wide ass open. If the quarterback is watching this. This is a dagger concept. If the quarterback is watching this, he's wide ass open in 2 steps. his hands seem adequate that he can run routes like this. And another time, he gets a little bit of space, just a little bit of crease on a nice inside zone this time. And he threatens the edge immediately. Blink of an eye. This time it's just a cutback and he threatens the edge immediately. This time it's closed off to him? Fine. Take 3 yards. He made 4 guys miss in open field. 1, 2, 3. 3 guys miss in the open field. On what's honestly not an especially well blocked play. You could argue maybe if he's a little bit more patient, he's got a lane over here. Nonetheless. He's a threat. A larger player, a larger running back in this play is tackled. But because he's so small, because he moves his feet so quick, he just sort of dodges it. Picks up 12 on what could have been a 3-yard gain, 4-yard gain for an average running back. Things are going so great. Where are we? TCU, Kansas State's down 3. This is what you're going to lose with a Duece Vaughn over a more powerful running back. You're not going to get the broken tackles. You're not going to get the same level of physicality in moving the line of scrimmage. But I'm not sure that I'm having him at the next level run these plays. It's places like this that he becomes an absolute nightmare. Imagine if you have 2 running backs that can catch the ball out of the backfield. Right here, just his ability to threaten the edge on this play. This is 3rd and whatever. What are we? 3rd and 5. Motion him into the backfield. He just immediately threatens the edge. Boom. Picks up the first. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. First guy has to miss because he's too slow. And it's just a foot race at that point. Oh, he didn't get the first on that one. He must have. Anyway, here he is at the top, it looks like. No, he's in the backfield. Do I have to kind of wonder why the quarterback doesn't just let him have this one? Because it's a light box to the outside. You've got 3 on 3, really. And this dude is way far off. guess it was played. It was called as is because the tight end doesn't try to steal the edge in any capacity. The thing is, on a play like this, you can leave this man unblocked because he's never getting there. So you have a free blocker right here with the tight end. Strange. Seems like it would have been a great opportunity for him to run that by himself. Right here. Oof. I like this little hesitation move he puts on linebacker. I mean, a linebacker is almost never stopping there. But if the play's blocked up a little bit better, that's just a deep route. And he's always winning it. That's just a go. Seam, whatever. Nice job. Anticipation throw by the quarterback. Dump it off. There you go. Pick up your 6. Duece Vaughn, lead blocking. Successfully. Again, I'm really rather impressed by the number of times that they feel comfortable with him going out and blocking, and his willingness to do it. Make no mistake, he's itty bitty. Absolutely itty bitty. But like, he's willing to throw what little weight he has around. Ooh. Did you just do that, really? Right at the end, the interesting little bit, he just breaks this off and just tries to go a bit deeper. Just a bad throw by the quarterback. Duece Vaughn. Things that impressed me. He is crazy fast. I don't know what he's doing around the combine. I don't really care. He's crazy fast. Change of direction skills are effortless. His ability to stop and go, his ability to throw a little hesitation move, his ability to go laterally. Like, guys that are that small, that are that kind of quick, are human joysticks. I haven't done much research into Duece Vaughn. I don't know if he returns kicks and punts. I imagine at the next level he's going to be asked to, which makes a lot of sense. When you have somebody that can catch a punt and then immediately make 2 people miss, that's got value. He's going to be a gadget player at the next level. I don't think gadget should be used as a pejorative term. The NFL is a hard place to pick up yards. It's a hard place. And when you have somebody that can occasionally come in, play 2 or 3 different roles for you, and do some sort of glue guy type stuff. The thing that really stuck out to me, weirdly enough, because I'm this kind of football junkie, is they used him to lead block for the quarterback, which is something you do usually if you have a larger running back or a tight end. He stayed back multiple times to pass protect. That's not to say that he's a great pass protector, but it's to say that at least Kansas State felt like they got something from him pass protecting. And the couple of times I saw him held back to pass protect, he seemed willing to do it and able to do it a little bit. You're obviously not expecting him to stand up to a linebacker, but you have to think. If Duece Vaughn is in, what kind of players are the defense subbing in to match up against him? It's probably not going to be another heavy linebacker. So, if as an offense you're dictating the personnel the defense has to use simply by subbing in and out a player of Duece Vaughn's quickness and elusiveness, you're dictating some of the play calls available to the defensive coordinator. I don't know where you're going to get him in the draft, but it would seem to me that anytime you could take a player with that degree of elusiveness on day 3, provided your team is relatively complete, you have yourself a number 1 running back already. It would behoove you to take an opportunity to grab a dude that's 5'6", catches the ball in the open field, can move in any direction effortlessly, and is willing to throw a block when it's necessary. Like, you can find something to do with a player like that. With that, I'm going to go ahead and take a minute, get some coffee. Next player that we have coming up is Kayshon Boutte. And once I come back with my coffee, we'll be all set with that to go with him. Kayshon, I have not seen play before. I know that he was a big-time prospect and somehow never quite hit. So I'm curious to see what he looks like. With that, I'm going to go ahead and take a minute, grab some more coffee, warm up what I have, and I'll be right back. I just realized I've recorded absolutely no audio from here. That's fantastic. Kayshon Boutte, he's not showing any physicality on blocking, and I was complaining about that. So yeah, here we are. Kayshon Boutte, not blocking. Okay. What I've noticed to this point is he's had a couple of good receptions to this point. He's looked quite reasonable. He's looked quite reasonable when he's sitting inside of zones. He seems to understand where he needs to be from one moment to the next to make himself available for his quarterback. But I'm having a lot of issues in terms of his physicality on blocking. I just got done watching Duece Vaughn, and Duece Vaughn at 5'6" and 155, 160 pounds put his body on the line multiple times to block for his quarterback. Either blocking like pass blocking or lead blocking on quarterback sweeps. And Boutte's just not doing it. And for me, for most people, it probably doesn't matter that much, but for me, blocking for receivers, blocking for every position matters. I don't understand this. I don't, like, what are you looking for? Flags out, fine. What are you looking for on this play? I guess he just expected it wasn't going to connect anyway. Here's on the sweep. He's been open multiple times. Quarterback's not getting off his first read. It's very much first read and run. That should probably be a flag there, yeah. Yeah. I kind of hate these plays. The plays like a second ago, the one that I just said I kind of hate these plays. It's because they offer basically no upside. Sure, you pick up the first down, but like it was only a yard anyway. Anyway. Flashing his athleticism as a quarterback, fantastic. Getting the flag. Yep, fine. Very good play. It's almost always, if you're a crappy defender, if you're in a bad position, it's almost always better just to take the pass interference in college. It's only 15 yards. Spot foul in the NFL, it's a bit tougher, but it's only 15 yards. I would like them to change that rule. At least match it up with the NFL. Otherwise, you just play hack-a-shack. Excellent reception by this tight end, slot receiver, whoever this is. Excellent catch. All right, Kayshon Boutte. One game through. Routes aren't crazy crisp. Hands look reasonable. Definitely like a talented physical player. He doesn't seem to be like, he's not Sammy Watkins or anything. He's not blowing past people. He's not crazy athletic. I'd like to see him a bit more involved in the offense. He's not going to be on my list just because for the ACFL Jets, we have excellent receivers. We did a great job scouting receivers last year. And honestly, as blocking is crummy. And like for most people that doesn't matter, and probably in our sim it doesn't matter much at all. But like just as a player that I like to observe, like he's not hitting it for me. That's it. That was against Alabama, and I'm really hoping that he manages to dominate here against a UCLA team that's not good. You might call them a lot of good players on this team, but like it's not a good team. Who's Boutte? All right. Okay. Like nearest slot. Just like a really lazy route. Just sort of whatever. All right. I should also mention this. This is from 2021. This is from last year. Not really aware. Maybe just gets the depth wrong on that. I don't know. Back of the middle. Again, just kind of a lazy whatever route. I don't know if he knows that he's just not the primary on this play, and that's why he just sort of rounds out his routes and like this is a bit better, but like still kind of like all right, whatever. This is already more effort than I saw on his tape from 2022. At least he's engaged there. One on one at the bottom. Top. Hand fighting somewhat. At the top. Nice. Yeah, it's when he's not getting the ball. Like, when he's not getting the ball, it's just these sort of lazy whatever routes. Very sharp. Not a ton of separation on that one. Doesn't sell it back to the inside especially well. But just sort of uses quickness, create a little bit of separation, gives his quarterback a window, and catches it. Oh, God. This quarterback play, man. It's hard to watch anybody. Sort of a whip route in here. Down and out. Never quite gets to the out part. again, like, it's really hard to judge how good a receiver is with terrible quarterback play. Like, this is clearly middle field open. 2 high safeties. Linebackers all sink in. This is some kind of cloud cover 2, whatever. I think in Madden they call this inverted cover 2. Just hit anybody underneath, take the yards. Right there. Same sort of coverage. Sort of weird. Oh, no. My mistake. They run a blitz here. No, it's a... Yeah, No, it's a simulated blitz, right? So it's only 4. Only 4. Blocked poorly. Fine. Only 4. Simulated blitz. With that sort of inverted cover 2. Vacate the middle. Was a decent throw. Picks up the pass interference, 15 yards. Oh God. It's quarterback play. Like, it would have been a miraculous catch, and it would have been like incredible. Poor throw, but bad throw. Not caught. Fine. Just not. Like, there's very little effort to his game. Not trying very hard to get open. Quarterback lets it go way late. Good job finding the hole in the cover 2. Bad marks not catching that. Anytime you're up against, and they rotate down to a cover 2 right here, you've got this hole usually between the cornerback and the safety. Cover 4 maybe. It's just puts it in there. I mean, I'm not blaming the quarterback on that one. Boutte needs to come up with stronger hands here. Not watching a ton of his tape from 2021, but like, I can say pretty confidently that like, I don't understand what people were talking about when they said that he sort of fell from like being a first round graded receiver. He seems like somebody, oh God. He seems like maybe he was recruited, like a 4-star recruit. And he's still living off of that, which is not uncommon. 4 or 5-star recruit or something like that, like just sort of living off of the hype. Because I'm not seeing anything in his game that makes me think, oh man, I totally get it. This dude is clearly playing like this is gonna go down as a great play. This is gonna go down to like on stats as like 70-yard reception, 50 plus yard reception. Like really, he just got screened by the umpire, like screened the cornerback off the umpire, and walked in for a touchdown. Like, good job running a route right in front of the umpire, and he can get it out of the way, and you know, good job picking up your 50. But that's not a repeatable kind of play. Good job finding the hole in the zone. So far, the most successful I've seen him been is against zone coverage, where he has the opportunity to find a hole and get to it. Like he did the same thing against between the safety and the cornerback against that cover two. He did the same thing right here. Just very good job getting to the hole in the zone. Nice job making a man miss. Two-man miss. It's clearly very athletic. Good blocking by 11 to give us some room downfield. What the? Like, are we serious here? Saw this play in the 2022 tape. Yeah, this just sort of rounded off whatever route. Jogs casually. Like, anything? Nothing there. So yeah, LSU is down 18 points. Again, like, the strongest part of his game seems to be his recognition of where he needs to be to get the ball in zone. Good job. Like, he's got at least 2 touchdowns this game. One of them was screened by the umpire. Another one was this play. 2 dudes not making tackles. Kayshon Boutte, what to say? I don't know, man. I'm not a fan. I just watched one of the more impressive games that you would see by him. 2 touchdowns, maybe like 160 yards, and like 60 of them were entirely off of. 60 of those yards were entirely off of the umpire screening for him and just running. And then the last one was a garbage time touchdown when they're down 18 points in the fourth quarter. Rounded routes when he wasn't getting the ball. Blocked like he's just there waiting for the game to be over. Decent hands. He's a good player. He's going to get drafted in the high second rounds, I think. Especially in this one, in this draft. He's one of the few receivers like with size. Some degree of like good athleticism. I see why teams would take him. He's not going to be on my list. Yeah. That's that. Anyway, I'm going to take a quick break, then I'll come back with Zach Evans. All right, cool. So now we've got Zach Evans coming up. This is a player I've literally never watched at all, similar to Kayshon Boutte. Let's see what we get out of him. Let's go back real quick. Mm-hmm.